Diabetes is when your body produces an inconsistent amount of insulin. There's 5 different types: type 1, type 2, gestational, surgery, and chemical. Some causes, the main cause is unknown, but it relates like genetics, pregnancy, obesity. And some statistics are there's 25.8 million people are affected, 76,480 deaths are caused from it, and it's ranked 7th for the cause of death. Our product is Diet Advance, and to give you the technology is Sandra.
Hello, my name is Sonia Liggins. I'm going to the 10th grade coming year. I go to Warren High School. I joined this track to learn about nursing because when I get older, I want to be a nurse. The technology that we use for the Diet Advance is that it checks your sweat to track your glucose levels, and in that, to track the sweat is a little chip, and what that chip does, it vibrates when your sugar is either too high or too low. And it also comes with an alarm. So if you ignore it for 2 to 3 minutes, an alarm will go off telling you need to check it, like right now. And if your battery is too low or too high, if your battery is broken or it doesn't work anymore, you can come to our store and replace it for $10. And now here's Aaron with features.
I'm Aaron. I'm incoming 10th grader at Bevel High School. And some of the features of the band it comes in a ring or bracelet. It's affordable, it's waterproof, it's fashionable, it's physical activity friendly, and it's comfortable, and it comes in different designs and colors. And here are some of the different patterns and designs and colors that it comes in.
Hi, my name is Kara Walker, and I am an incoming sophomore at Southfield A&T. Before I do this, I would like to give out some type of pass it around if you want to. They have rain. These are just okay. Now, before I tell you about the comparisons, we have a little scenario of what will happen if you do not react to the alarm.
Okay, lady, I see you.
Help, my glucose level has fallen and I can't get it up.
Oh my God, does anyone know the number for 911?
Thank you. Okay, so looking at the bracelets, you may be wondering how our product differs from the Apple Watch or the Fitbit. Well, ours first is cheaper. Our rings cost $50 while our bracelets cost $75. We have many different designs for the rings and bracelets. It is waterproof, and the insurance does cover it, so if you break it or misplace it, it does cover it. And the band prices are $20 the bracelets bands are $30 while the rings are $20. Now, not all people are comfortable with having diabetes. So, as a social worker, I recommend things for my client. So, I would recommend the Diamond Band because it's comfortable and it's simple, so it doesn't broadcast that you have diabetes. Because not all the patients are accepted that.
Medicine plays a role in it too with our product because if you keep letting your levels get too high or too low, your kidneys can eventually shut down. You can be placed on dialysis for the rest of your life. So the bracelet will help you kind of monitor it so you don't abuse your kidneys.
Nursing plays a role in diabetes and the diabetic bands because if the patient has questions on how it works or how to operate it, they can come to me and I can show them, tell them tips and show them how to work.
And engineering plays a role in the Diamond Band and diabetes because it builds the product to help it easier for the patient who has diabetes.
Hi, my name is Sierra. I am an incoming 11th grader at University High School in Ferndale. And the way that the track plays with our product is because they can watch what they eat. So it keeps them from having oral cavities, tooth decay, ulcers, and other bacterial diseases. We all know someone who has diabetes and is not proud of it. They feel that they should be ashamed of having it. So with our product, they can rock our diamond bands in style. They don't have any reason to be ashamed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Team 11 is up next, and Team 10 is And then just close it.
Hi, and welcome everybody. My name is Nakai Mitchell, and I'm from the Medicine Track. Today I'd like to introduce to you me and my team with diabetes versus certified. Did you guys know that adolescents are ashamed about having diabetes and they're not opening up about it? Disadvantaged families in the rural, urban, and poverty-stricken communities are uneducated about diabetes and overall health. According to the Diabetes Prevalence in Children, Michigan reported that 3.3 out of every 1,000 adolescents have diabetes. Also, according to the National Institutes of Health, reports that type 2 diabetes rose about 5% in adolescents between the years 2002 and 2012. So what is diabetes? Diabetes mellitus is an imbalance between the body's need for insulin and the amount it produces. Symptoms could include excessive thirst or urination, fatigue, weight loss, or blurred vision. Not having enough insulin in the body can cause glucose to stay in the bloodstream, which can cause damages all over the body. These damages could include heart disease, stroke, or even as far measures as amputation of the limb.
Hi, my name is Randa Johnson and I am in the nursing track. I am here to inform the youth and adolescents about their illness in HIPAA law. The HIPAA law is the nurse's responsibility to the patients. The purpose of HIPAA law is to remind the nurses the importance of keeping all patient information private. The government has failed dismissing the Affordable Health Care Act. Currently, 11.3% of all of U.S. are without health care, according to the Heritage Foundation. Medicaid patients have worse outcomes as it relates to diabetes. Diabetes will increase 49% over the next 40 years.
Hi, how's everyone doing today? My name is Danielle Hill, and I am from the Pharmacy and Health Sciences track. But before I start, can someone please tell me what kid doesn't like candy? Every kid loves candy, however, every kid cannot consume as much as they would like. According to USDA Economic Research Services, adolescents aged 12 and younger consume 49 pounds of sugar per year. And that's trick-or-treating, that's including Halloween. Insulin is like a key and the cell is like a lock. As you can see here, insulin is like the key that unlocks the cell so that the glucose can enter and convert into energy that we may use. Insulin is very, very important because if diabetics administer too much insulin, then they will have too little glucose left in their blood, which is called hypoglycemia. However, if they administer too little insulin, they will have an abundance of glucose left in their sugar and their blood, which is called hyperglycemia. This is why it is very important for diabetics to administer the prescribed amount of insulin.
Hi, I'm Nicole Perry and I'm from the dentistry track. You know that 9.3% of the population has diabetes. This means that every 100 patients dental hygienists see, over 9 will have diabetes. Statistically, adolescent groups go undiagnosed, but dental hygienists have the statistics to alleviate diabetes to alleviate diseases like diabetes by providing care and education to every member of the community. People with diabetes who frequently take antibiotics to fight various diseases are prone to get infection of the mouth and tongue, for example, gingivitis and thrush. Dental hygienists can prevent diabetes by providing care, by encouraging adolescents to eat less unhealthy foods, less sugar-based snacks, and encouraging adolescents to get up, get out, and move more to stay healthy. Ending with my solution is to encourage adolescents to help and prevent diabetes and educate about diabetes.
Hi, my name is Bridget Tucker, and I'm in a social work track which deals with the psychological aspects of living with diabetes. You would think that more adults will be diagnosed with diabetes unless adolescents, but that's not the case. Nationwide, nearly 167,000 children and teens under age of 20 have type 1 diabetes, while more than 20,000 have type 2 diabetes, said studies from the Public Health in Aurora, Colorado. Many people diagnosed with type 1 diabetes can go through depression, which can cause trouble keeping your blood sugar levels where you would like. So, what can be done? That's what I'm here for, to help adolescents with a healthy mental lifestyle. And myself, along with a nurse, will hold year-round community health forums to promote awareness to younger students who are just learning about diabetes. How can it be done? I have reached out to the Bold Family YMCA, who will assist in making younger students aware and mentoring them about diabetes, along with sponsorships from the DMC and HAP to support community health forums.
Now that you've heard from all 5 tracks, we'd like to introduce to you our solution to diabetes in the community, the Living Go. The Living Go consists of 2 major products, the Ear Buddy and the Candy Can.
Okay. The Ear Buddy is a multi-skin tone earpiece that acts as a reminder to diabetic patients. It connects to all smart devices via a secure Bluetooth connection. Now, this Bluetooth is not for music. You may set your reminder for your time and your amount of insulin that you need to take by using your smart device or by simply speaking to your earbud. The Earbuddy is really great for normal, hearing impaired, and vision impaired diabetic patients. Not only does your smart device help remind you to take your insulin, the Earbuddy reminds you as well by vibrating continuously. The vibrations will not cease until you press a button that is located on the device itself. As you see, Briasia is comparing a regular Bluetooth to our Earbuddy. And this will really help the community by letting them know it's time to take your insulin, because a lot of people forget to take their insulin.
The candy pen. The candy pen is the insulin pen designed to look like a rainbow lollipop. The design is made to disguise it from the community. The design is also to boost adolescents' confidence about taking their medication. The design can be injected and administered on site anywhere.
Now, I know you're wondering, how are we going to fund these products? Well, we have sent a proposal regarding the candy pen to Nolan Nordisk, one of the largest insulin-producing companies, and also to AstraZeneca, another insulin company. A prototype of the Earbuddy has been sent to the engineers at Bolton to see about funding and manufacturing.
These products caloric intelligence. We estimate that the Living Go package will approximately cost $475. While the regular hearing aid is about $400 and the regular Bluetooth is about $100. Insurance, discounts, and copays. Patients can apply for various programs within the major medical insurance companies such as Medicaid, Blue Cross Complete, etc. Within 5 years, we estimate that adolescents will feel more comfortable and be more forthcoming about having diabetes and after using these products. And these products are patent pending.
Thank you for allowing us to present these products to you to bring awareness to parents and adolescents, as well as boosting adolescents' confidence.
Thank you.
So judges, after you're done with your score sheets, you can pass those down. The next team will be Team 6, then we have Team 1, and then we have Team 10. You guys can start. Your time to start.
Hello, we are Forever Fresh Express, and we bring freshness to you forever. I am Brianna
Flowers.
I'm Madra.
I'm Juliet Diarca.
And I am Essence Eckford. Are you having trouble finding healthy, affordable foods that taste great? Are you concerned with your health or having diabetes? Well, we have the solution for you. We have a food truck service that offers a variety of options. You can order online, call in, or even come to our truck. Please check out our social media sites.
For the menu, we will offer fresh choices such as an avocado sandwich, a healthy salad, or a tartar. On the avocado sandwich, we offer avocado, lettuce, cheese, and also wheat bread. On the tartar, we offer wheat pita bread with turkey, salami, cheese, and your choice of Caesar, Italian, or Greek dressing. Those are all healthy choices. Now, one of my colleagues are passing out a sample of our very healthy smoothie, our pamphlet, and our menu. We have two smoothies named the Green Machine and the Very Healthy. The Green Machine consists of all green veggies, for example, spinach and kale. The Very Healthy consists of pineapple, strawberries, and other very healthy ingredients.
Now, you probably are wondering why we decided to do a healthy food truck. Well, it's important for a diabetic to have consistent meals. They shouldn't just have any type of food, but a healthy one which is provided by us. There isn't a lot of fast, healthy choices around the Metro Detroit area to choose from. That's why we are available Monday through Saturday, and Sundays we even come to you. According to LinkedIn.com, 4 out of 5 people know what a food truck is, and it affects fast food companies. 54% of people say they would not even buy fast food if a food truck was present. This graph right here represents how Michigan is going into a higher rate of obesity. Diabetes and obesity run hand in hand, and we want the rate of obesity low as possible to avoid diabetes.
To help the community and schools across Michigan, we will provide you with fresh, healthy, and affordable food for not only diabetics, but people in the community looking for a healthy lifestyle. Now, we all know that restaurants have the deals, Wendy's having their 4 for 4s, even Taco Bell having their happy hour. And average person will think, of course we're getting something here. It might fill me up, and most of all, I don't have to pay much. What they might not notice is that most of this stuff is not really healthy for you. Most of the food here is not going to give you the balanced meal that you need.
We can come to you, as my colleague said. According to my research, there's one Whole Foods and one Aldi's around our whole Metro Detroit area. There isn't one Kroger or one Trader Joe's around our whole Philadelphia area. 40% of our population is unfortunate. We don't have cars, phones, etc. Since most of our healthy grocery stores are not around most of our homes, we came up with an affordable way to get what you want as a food when you want it.
Forever Fresh Express has a point system for loyal customers. There are 2 awesome ways to earn points. One, you are a loyal customer by purchasing things online or at our food truck, and the second is by exercising. You get more points for exercising 60 minutes 3 times a week. We know you are exercising because your steps correlate with the website. Studies show that having a point system makes people want to come back and get as many points as possible. 50 points can get you a free smoothie, and 100 points can get you a free salad or sandwich.
In the 11 days I've been here at Wayne State, I've been studying the track of engineering. I've learned the basics of from type 1 to type 2 diabetes. Even when car crashes are simulated. Now you're asking, how would this even correlate with diabetes or a food truck? Well, unfortunately, car accidents have been caused by diabetics getting their blood sugar low and them passing out too soon. Studies show us that you're required as a diabetic to have 30 to 45 grams of carbohydrates in your system. As a healthy food truck service, we will provide you with fresh, healthy foods in the area or delivered to you and give you that balanced meal that you so dearly need.
I'm in the medicine track, and over the past 11 days, I've learned that most diabetic people rely on insulin injections to get their blood sugar levels lower when it's too high. According to WebMD.com, high blood sugar can happen if you miss taking your diabetes medicine, eat too much, or don't get enough exercise. With the food truck, we're going to keep everything on a safe glucose level that can decrease the dependency on insulin injection.
In my nursing track, I've learned that a nurse's role in diabetes is to promote self-care, make the patient feel secure, and even give tips and suggestions. On the truck, I am able to give advice to customers who want information on how to keep a healthy life or how to start one.
In my track, which is Pharmacy and Health Sciences, over the 11 days we've all learned about how different therapists tie into diabetes. Occupational therapy, for example, the therapist helps those with loss of vision and other resulting complications such as stroke or different amputations. They're also being asked to adapt to different techniques or equipment such as insulin, which is drawing devices, needed for diabetics management. With our truck, we can help patients and our customers reduce the risk of developing diabetes or helping a person live easier while having diabetes.
As a social worker, we provide assistance to the community. We offer resources, advice, and help people cope with their everyday problems. Also, we make sure you know tips for diabetes and understand your treatments and medicine. People who have questions or need advice will always ask me on the truck.
Since we didn't have a dentist track and there are 2 pharmacy tracks, I have some facts about dentistry. Certain medicines you take for diabetes can cause dry mouth. Saliva protects the teeth, and since you have dry mouth, you are at a higher risk for cavities, bleeding gums, infections, and gum disease. For children, teeth may break out early or erupt at an earlier stage than usual. Also, poor blood sugar can be noticed by your dentist. Having these healthy options at our food truck can keep your blood sugar at a safe level, so then you can prevent bleeding gums, infections, cavities, and etc.
Now here's a sneak peek of our Forever Fresh Express website. We have ways to see what we are, ways to contact us, and a couple of our special events coming up.
Visible honors, services, events, and contact info. Forever Fresh Express on the days we deliver always will come to you if needed. Our goal is to provide healthier choices that outlook for the community with a positive impact on the diabetic people. We hope you enjoyed our presentation. Thank you.
Next up is Team 1 and Team 10 is on deck.
Yeah, I don't, it's part of your effort. I haven't done any. These are the judges. Who's on deck?
Team 10 is on deck.
One deck. Who's on deck after that?
Should be team 5 in the hole.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Medina Ahmed, and I'm from the Pharmacy and Health Science track.
Hello everyone, my name is Anika Akhtar and I'm from the medicine track.
My name is Luke Fadil, and I'm from the dentistry track.
My name is Caliber and I'm from the engineering track.
Hi, I'm Alessandra Crabtree, and I'm from the nursing track.
And I'm Soraya Taylor, and I'm from the engineering track.
And then we
Present you the diabetic kit.
Before we start the presentation, we would like to ask the judges to participate. Okay. Also to we need your help too. Also, you guys participating in this there is not big. So I need help with this.
I can hear you.
It's okay. Can I have a hand for one of the judges to participate?
You want to volunteer?
Yeah, volunteer. Okay, what's your name?
Hannah?
Anna? Okay, imagine your coworker or friend next to you, what's your name? Felicia has diabetes. Both of you have a hard time coping with each other's emotions. And the first one for the kid, the first thing you see is a pamphlet. When you open the pamphlet, you'll have all different types of information of one, what
diabetes is, to what foods to eat and not to eat, and 3, how to deal with emotions and risk of depression and anxiety. And in the end of the pamphlet, we will help you with the life you had in the beginning until you found out that you were diagnosed, so you can recover forever. And now it's Soraya will introduce the kit.
Okay, so you may be wondering, what is a diabetic kit? A diabetic kit is an inexpensive kit that has 5 products that are discrete and unique. You will be able to customize the kit and to fit your personal preference, your lifestyle, and any product that you need. The product will provide you easy access in which this kit will give diabetics a less stressful and painful lifestyle, and instead it will give you an easy and simple one instead. In the engineering check, we learned that glucometers and other products were more complicated, but with the diabetic kit, it will be non-complex. And so then there will be, the kit wouldn't just be helpful to several people, but also to their communities as well. And 3 out of the 5 products will be connected to a Watch It with Alexander will be discussing next.
So we decided to name our watch Watch It because new diabetics are really unfamiliar and unaware of how their lifestyle works. So referring back to what Soraya said, each of the 3 components will have sensors in them, and they will send data directly to the watch. So let's say, for instance, you have a high glucose level in your mouth, and so that may indicate that you need to floss or brush your teeth. Along with that, it might indicate and express that you have to inject more insulin if your glucose levels aren't where they're regular. On the first day in nursing, we checked each other's blood sugars. And so that means you have to prick yourself and get the blood out of your finger. And so I worked with one of my teammates, and she was extremely afraid of needles. So what we were thinking is to accommodate to those of all ages and eliminating the pricking factor. And along with that, any out of the blue method will notify the doctor, and Anika will be introducing the first thing to our kit.
So going back to what Cal said, say your friend Hannah is losing vision due to diabetes. Well, we've created a device that can not only measure glucose levels, but also can detect abnormality in the eye. This idea was inspired by my first day in my track, where we met an ophthalmologist, and she explained how high blood sugar can lead to excess sugar depositing in the lens of the eye, which can lead to blurry vision and also blindness. This hit home with me because my uncle also has diabetes, and he is slowly losing his vision. So to address that, we have created a contact lens that can measure glucose levels through tears. There's a chip on the top and a chip on the bottom, connected by microscopic wires, and also an antenna that rotates around the eye and takes pictures of the eye to detect anything odd, such as fluid in the retina and also erupting blood vessels. The 2 chips will send information to the antenna, and the antenna will then transfer it to the watch, which Alessandra mentioned earlier. We're hoping that this device will not only eliminate freaking to check glucose levels, but also detect early cases of diseases such as cataract disease and glaucoma. Next is Ruba, and she will explain the second component of our kit. From a dental standpoint, I can also tell you the reverse. So what I propose to you is a dental component that has a chip here and a chip here and 2 RS connectors. So what the first part does is that it tests for glucose levels, and the second one on the chip. Glucose levels need to be monitored for diabetics because it can actually lead to infections. I didn't really understand this relationship going into the dentistry track. I didn't know how diabetes connected with dental or with saliva, but on the first day, a physician came in from Windsor and he started talking to us, and he told us a story about how in 280 AD there was basically urine on the floor since they didn't have proper treatments, like for skulls
long story short, a bunch of ants came and they started crawling onto the urine, and no one understood why. And then I thought about it, why would ants want to go to it? I mean, ants like sugar, right? And then blood has sugar. So urine, therefore, must have sugar. And saliva has sugar. That's how I do the connection. And so diabetics are highly at risk for infection. And when they get the infection, they have a hard time fighting it off. If the infection prospers, eventually it can turn into something called gingivitis. And eventually it can lead on to go to periodontal disease. Periodontal disease is when your bones actually start to corrode due to the infection leading to them. And it's irreversible. And what I learned in dentistry is that this is a progression, and we don't want to get to the periodontal part. We want to try to stop it before it leads that. And through this, I understood how to create the gadget. If we could just test glucose levels early on and make sure that it didn't get too high at any point, we wouldn't get here. So if you do have any high levels, you could either brush your teeth. It'll send an order to the wash, by the way. And you could brush your teeth. You could use a prescribed mouthwash or prescribed toothpaste, and even prescribed antibiotics or bacterial bacteria. The next one is actually a sensor that tests random observations in the mouth. So for diabetics, sometimes they lose feeling in some parts of their mouths because of the blood vessels like losing feeling. So they can't really tell if they're gnawing on one part of their mouth. And so this can actually cause something doctors like to call repeated trauma. And repeated trauma can cause white discoloration, which can cause an ulcer, which can cause cancer, mouth cancer, throat cancer. And we want to avoid these. Like I said, we want to prevent, so this tells you early on when there is an issue so you can avoid it. And this is an image of what we created with our engineers. And this kind of shows the correlation and and cooperation between the dental person and the engineer. Because in class we actually built that model, we molded it together, and our engineers built onto it. And this is another model.
Thank you.
Good morning, judges. My name is Zainab, and my colleagues are Ariana, Frederick, and Megan. Before I start pitching my products, I would love to tell you a personal story. Over here to the right, that is my Khadija Fatima. Translation, my Aunt Fatima. She has been living close to around 20 years in Syria. Suffering from type 2 diabetes in an impoverished country has always been an upstanding struggle for her. Over the years of not being correctly treated, she slowly produced dental impurities. This affected her physical and mental health. She was feeling self-conscious about her obesity, and she was feeling self-conscious about her teeth. She couldn't speak. And I hope that me and my team, we're coming out with products and an organization that will help attain people, will help attain people in underdeveloped countries with proper health and dental care. My colleague Megan will speak more about this.
Well, this may be a surprise to some of you, but diabetes plays a huge role under oral hygiene. 371 million people are diagnosed with diabetes worldwide. 1/3 of all diabetics obtain some sort of oral disease or periodontal disease. In countries like Syria, where Zainab's aunt lived, those statistics skyrocket. Oral hygiene is not seen in the way that we've seen it. It is not a priority in most different countries. Oral hygiene and diabetes is a two-way street. If you have a healthy, if you take your medicines like insulin daily and appropriately, you are at a much lower risk for periodontal disease.
Likewise, if you have good oral hygiene by flossing and brushing every day, your glucose levels and blood sugar will remain at a healthy rate. Additionally, the lack of resources in Syria caused diabetics to not have any control of their diabetes. Recently, because of the war and crises that we all know have been happening in Syria, the main supply of insulin has not been there. The main supplier of insulin has been bombed, and people with diabetes are not able to receive the insulin that they need to control their diabetes. This has created a healthcare gap, and Syrian diabetics grew with diabetic oral disease. These statistics motivated the Smiles for Miles team to make a positive difference in influence areas of periodontal disease and infections worldwide. We have created a mission statement. We have committed our efforts to establish a nonprofit organization focused on increasing diabetic dental care for those in need. Through our mission trips to impoverished areas, we will improve quality access to dentists and supplies to reduce, prevent, and treat oral diseases by diabetes. Now, I am in the dentistry track, and throughout the week we have learned about common signs and diseases of diabetes-influenced oral diseases. Periodontal disease consists of periodontitis and gingivitis. This is periodontitis. It is when your gums recede and you have roots exposing, which causes bone loss. And this everybody knows as caries, also known as cavities, because of the amount of bacteria in your teeth caused by the saliva having too much glucose. Now you may be looking at those images and thinking those must be really expensive to treat. Well, our social work has an idea of funding. We're going to partner with grants and organizations throughout the world, but specifically in our area, we would like to partner with Wayne State's College of Medicine and College of Nursing, and Detroit Mercy's College of Dentistry. We would like to use the efforts that we have in our own community and produce them out into the world. We also are not only wanting to collaborate with big organizations, but individuals as well. Patients who suffer with diabetes are going to have the opportunity to subscribe to a box. And in this box, the oral care box will have 3 items. Smiles for Miles signature toothpaste, which are infused with antibiotics and minerals that have not been seen in any other toothpaste before. Boostness, which is a little boost of glucose for those who are feeling a bit down with diabetes, and our all-access card, which includes a link to our website and a 24/7-hour hotline that answers any diabetic episode questions that someone may have.
So, being in the pharmacy realm has helped me understand the effects of medicine and its components. So, Frederick, do you know what's in your toothpaste?
Toothpaste?
Close enough. I'm talking about the components. So, in our signature toothpaste, we'll be having zinc. Zinc increases process of slow wound healing. Diabetics have slow blood flow to the legs, feet, and hands. So this zinc will help reduce also plaque. So the next ingredient would be phosphates. Phosphates strengthen enamel and produces remineralization. Just a really important component in our toothpaste. Sodium fluoride. It prevents tooth decay, which diabetics are subjected to periodontal. Chlorhexidine calcium. This prevents infections in dental caries. Like Megan said before, dental caries were cavities, and diabetics are type 2 mostly are really subjected to dental caries because they have a large intake of sugar. So dental caries, that was very common. And then what's in our toothpaste? Big companies like Procter & Gamble, who own Crest and Colgate, use sodium saccharin. I don't know about you, but saccharin is an artificial sweetener. I would love that to have in my toothpaste. And it also has no calories. Good catch, right? But it creates an endocrinological response. It produces insulin. This, since the sugar is artificial and the insulin has nothing to bind with, it decreases your insulin sensitivity. When your insulin sensitivity decreases, it increases your risk of diabetes. Crazy, right? Also, continue on. The sweet taste of saccharin signals your body that it's about to receive high amount of calories. But then again, it doesn't have any calories. Catch right there. And your digestive system prepares for the additional calories. When your body prepares for additional calories, and these calories do not come, your body may become resistant, and which will promote fat storage and weight gain. Slowly moving on to obesity. And then Megan will take on.
As my partner Megan mentioned, we will include mints that target diabetics who feel faint or drowsy. They will include a glycemic value of 15.
I think they just drink some orange juice.
Good question. Let me tell you why. Orange juice has a glycemic value of 50, and our mints have about 100. As I mentioned earlier, the mints will have such low values and not have the same effect as orange juice. And the tablet, because they skyrocket blood sugars. The mint is specifically for diabetics who feel slight drowsiness, which the mints will help balance out their metabolism. These mints will be taken by non-diabetics that will help generate revenue for our mission cause. Being in the medicine track, it has supported my idea to have missionaries travel to underdeveloped countries. These doctors and nurses are willing to donate their time to help those in countries with very little or no health care. In our care, we will be asking dentists and oral hygienists who have experience treating diseases. To join our missionary team, they will be performing treatments to at-risk and infected diabetics who suffer from infections of the mouth. And these will be found in the oral boxes when you subscribe.
All right, so I know what y'all thinking. How we gonna get this out to everybody?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Summer Tiuma, and I am a pharmacist.
Hi, I'm Hugh Wood, also a pharmacist.
Hi, I'm Gabe Crutcher, and I'm a doctor.
Hi, I'm Brianna Lester, and I'm a dentist.
Hi, I'm Marion Driscoll, and I'm a nurse.
Hi, my name is David King, and I'm a social worker.
And we are the Professional Pipeline Warriors.
Diabetes is a chronic disease that affects about 29.1 million a year. That's about 9.3% of the population. Of this number, 8.1 million remain undiagnosed. Our product is the D2 wireless system, which is a wireless drug device that works by implanting a microchip in your body, which connects to an easily accessible app that you can check on your mobile device.
As a doctor, we had to focus on making sure our patients stay healthy, because having diabetes can open a door for people to have many more chronic diseases, further hurting their bodies. With the D2 wireless app, it allows for doctors to keep a real-time update about how healthy their patients are. And with easy communication, it lets the doctors tell their patients if they need to fix something with their lifestyle or diet. Along with this easier communication comes less doctor visits from their patients, meaning their patients have to spend less money on having diabetes.
As a nurse, I got my patients to their church. Coping with their medications may be difficult. The lifestyle changes they would have to make to them. Diet and physical activity may be stressful. The D2 wireless system was a drug delivery system that my team and I have created. Those patients their medications and achieve the safe and effective process that involves a small surgery to implant a microchip in the patient's hospital. The microchip also has an app that allows the patient to communicate with the doctor about any questions they have. I help my patients to understand the challenges they may face. The D2 wireless system is a great way to accomplish all of this in one place without having to go to the doctor's office so frequently.
As a pharmacist, I also have the patient how the microchip work and also how the drug release in the blood.
So the microchip usually implanted in the hand, thigh, or basically under your skin. So when the blood flow through, the microchip will measure the blood and send the signal back to the app in the phone. And also sent to their doctor, so the doctor and the patient can control and monitor the blood sugar. So, and we know that with the diabetic patient, the drug is usually insulin. So, when in emergency situation, the insulin in the microchip will release to the bloodstream and send the line. Also send a signal back to the nearest hospital so they can save the patient's life.
Also, as a pharmacist, we help make sure to evaluate blood glucose levels. The D2 system can help control these levels by delivering insulin to the body periodically when needed. There's also an app that you download that comes with the chip. It tells you a bunch of different things like your blood pressure, your blood sugar, your cholesterol, and we also create a personalized diabetes management plan. We do this to optimize medication therapy for each of our patients, and this is very important because every single one of our patients has different needs. And one last thing we do is set and monitor diabetes management goals. So every single diabetes patient has a different goal to achieve, and we have that on the app, so if you need to access your goal.
As a dentist, I understand that many diabetes patients may have issues with their dental hygiene that will lead to increased chances of gum disease or losing teeth. Oral hygiene is very important because our mouth is 98% of how we ingest our foods and nutrition. I help diabetes patients by making sure that their oral hygiene is best that it can be. One way I can do this is by using the D2 system that my team has created to help diabetes patient monitor their blood sugar and blood pressure and communicate better with their doctors. This also encourages my patients that may have diabetes to have better oral health.
As a social worker, I will make sure this system is the most cost-effective tool for the diabetes and will reduce all the stress and pain that comes along with pricking and timely doctor checkups. This system is also the best option for diabetes as far as cost. Healthcare is not a problem, and because of this cheap manufacturing of the microchip, there will be little to no cost at all for all the people in the community. And as told you, like we also download the app, so their relatives can download the app, like their son or their daughter, like so they can get the emergency signal, like hello Dad. Oh, I need press tonight. Okay, I'm gonna be there for 5 minutes. Yeah. So with the microchips, it's gonna be a problem because we have to make the good materials for the microchips that never rust, and we also have some exercise for the patient because with a diabetic patient, they usually get overweight, obesity, so that's a big problem. And as David said, 29 million people in the United States, they get diabetes, and over 400 million people in the world, they get diabetes. So the problem is still rising, it's not stopped. And as we know, almost the people in the world, they don't die because of diabetes. They die because of heart stroke, cancer, so what's the problem? The problem with diabetes is the cause of every diseases. So with the microchip, we can control the blood sugar every day. Frequently, we can know. So if we can control, we can know it. We can, like, we will not get all the disease. And with the medicine, the diabetic patient, they have to use that medicine every day. So it's gonna be because of the chronic medical condition, and we know the side effects. So with the microchip, you don't need to use the medicine every day. You can, yes, and you know now that everybody have the smartphone, so the microchip is the best choice for the diabetic patient. Instead of making trips to the doctor, the app will tell you everything you need to know, including your vitals. This way it is less time consuming. Also, it acts as an artificial gland that releases insulin periodically. This means you don't have to give yourself shots, making it a very effortless and painless way to make sure you stay healthy. Lastly, it's inexpensive compared to other methods. For example, insulin costs anywhere between $4,500 and $6,500. Of course, insurance can cover some of the costs, but for the D2 wireless system, you don't need to have insurance. The total cost for the whole system, with everything included, is $249.99. However, if you already have insurance, it will reduce the price majorly.
So we also have a commercial, so for the mortgages, so here.
Drug delivery system, or the D2 wireless system, is a microchip implant that acts as an artificial gland. It releases insulin periodically to the body, so you don't have to remember to take the medicine.
Hi, Kelsey Green, I'm from the nursing track. Hi, I'm Yasmin Fisher, and I'm from the district track.
Hi, I'm Arlisha Morris, and I'm from social work track.
Hi, I'm Dre Hall, and I'm from the engineering track. And our group name is
Type 1 and Type 9.
No, I'm just kidding.
I know I'm with
Your blood sugar is in solution.
And great insulin patch.
Step 1, pour alcohol onto a cotton ball.
Step 3, allow the area to dry.
Step 4, remove adhesive covering and apply to sterilized area.
In solution!
So a little background for those who aren't very familiar with diabetes or have no idea at all what it is. 1 in 4 people just in America have diabetes. Most adults are diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, while type 1 diabetes is seen in most children and adolescents. As a company, we realize there are similar products to ours already on the market. But as said previously, InSolution is the best on the market because as young as we are, we know what it is like to be different and to not fit into the crowd. Our insulin patch can make any diabetic feel comfortable in their skin. It is flat and flesh colored. As an aspiring nurse, I feel that this insulin patch will make my job a lot easier and my patient's lives easier as well. Additionally, my patients would hardly be at risk for blindness, amputation, and kidney failure, which could all be a result of poorly or not treated at all diabetes. This is because InSolution takes care of this issue in an instant. Therefore, InSolution is definitely the solution to diabetics' possible problems.
Our product makes my job as a dentist easier because it gives us the right amount of insulin. This will give the smaller chance of acquiring high glucose levels, gum disease, also which leads to loss of teeth and bad breath. If you are brushing your teeth regularly and getting every 6-month checkups, you are less likely to lose your teeth. You should brush your teeth and go to the dentist because you could be in the process of getting diabetes and not know it, which leads to leg amputation, loss of legs and feet and teeth, and getting insulin shots and gum disease and diabetes, which leads to an unhealthy lifestyle. Regular visits to the dentist will have you keep records of your health changes and can
social worker, I can help them manage their disease. I can also talk to them to see how they feel about managing their disease. I can help them get on a healthy eating plan. Also, I can help them get transportation to get to their doctor's appointments. Some people don't have transportation and they need transportation to get to their doctor's appointments. Social workers can basically be able to help them self-manage their diabetes, assist to regulate how to deal with diabetes when I'm not around. I can assist my clients in obtaining medical insurance to cover our patch. This product is great because it will reduce the number of visits to the doctor. The app helps me as well as other medical professionals keeping up with their health plan. This product/patch makes a healthier, happy client. But guess what? Our patch helps kids too. Your child will not miss out on playtime or miss out on time with their friends. Your child can feel free in their own skin and play as they choose. Me as a social worker, I can educate the parents to keep their kids' blood sugar levels stable. Also, for parents who don't know much about diabetes, can be informed with our app, which can inform them with suggested meal plans.
As an engineer, I design, build, maintain engines, machines, or public works. Well, at least that's what Google says. And don't get me wrong, that is what engineers do. However, why? Why do engineers do these things? Is it for the money? Is it for the recognition? No. Well, it might be. But looking past those reasons, what is their purpose? As a non-certified engineer, my main purpose is to create a product that will help make people's lives easier and more efficient. And that's exactly what our app does. What's My Blood Sugar is an app that sends you periodic notifications throughout the day that will states your current blood sugar. It also will inform you on whether your current blood sugar is considered high, low, or normal. Also within the notification, you have the option to click on a button that will take you to a tab within the app that will give you suggested foods and snacks that will lower your blood sugar, raise your blood sugar, or maintain your blood sugar. Each time you are sent a notification, your current blood sugar will be tracked. This information can be found within an additional tab located in the app. An issue that many people with diabetes face is not knowing if someone will be able to give them the proper insulin while out with friends, family, etc. in case an issue was occurred. So we have also included we have created a tab with easy, detailed steps on how to use a glucometer. Another issue that the app addresses is the issue of children have to restrict themselves because they have to constantly check their blood sugars. However, with our app, a parent or guardian can request their child's blood sugar at any time, which takes away some of the parents' worries. Okay, so now we have a demonstration. Okay, so can I have a volunteer? Anybody? Okay, get over here. Oh, wait, I forgot my tool. All right. Yeah, you got volunteer. Okay, so I see you have glasses on. Can you please take those glasses off? Okay, can you place this onto your face? Thank you.
Oh my.
Okay, so there is Vaseline applied on the outer layer of these glasses to illustrate people who have diabetic eye disease. So can you please pull this thing to 3 1/4? It's right here.
I'm afraid to let go of the table. I'm afraid I'm going to fall down.
All right. So pull it to 3 1/4. Or 10 to. Ooh.
I can't see anything.
It's all right. Oh, no, that's cheating. My bad.
All right, there you go.
Ooh. As you can see, she has not reached her mark. But this is an example of how people who have diabetic eye diseases either give themselves too much insulin or too little insulin. So it gives a great example of why our product is great, because our product provides them with a more accurate amount of insulin. Thank you.
Oh, perfect timing. Perfect.
When people with diabetes don't know they have the disease, anyone going to be affected. 25.8 million people are affected, which is 8.3% of the U.S. population, 11.8% of males, and 10.87% of females. Diabetes is a disease that happens when your blood glucose gets too high and your pancreas stops producing or doesn't produce enough insulin to keep that glucose out of your bloodstream. The types of diabetes are type 1, which is developed at birth because of genetics. Type 2 occurs later in life and is usually caused by obesity. Drug abuse is given through glucocorticoids to treat chronic asthma or Crohn's disease. Gestational diabetes occurs in pregnancy. The heart, kidneys, eyes, and nerves are affected in diabetes.
Hello everyone, how are you doing? Oh, I'm not getting here. Okay, we are 6DT. I'm Makaya Eubanks from the social work track.
I'm Maya Castleberry from the medicine track.
I'm Denisha from the pharmacy and health sciences track.
I'm Samantha Evans, I'm in the dentistry track.
I'm Makayla Wheatley, I'm from the engineering track.
I'm Tyreek Butler and I'm also from the engineering track.
Insulin vials are connected to a square pallet that can be connected to any pair of pants or skirts.
The vials are attached to a small thin tube that will be right here, that's hanging from the shirt.
Throughout the day, highly concentrated insulin will automatically shoot through the plexiglass tube. By using a controller, the tubes go straight and curve around the shirt and then carry the insulin around.
The controller is used to control the amount of insulin that is dispensed inside and to turn the pump on and off.
As the insulin shoots up and moves around the shirt, it will trickle out of tiny holes punctured into the plexiglass tubing where it can be absorbed.
The insulin will absorb into a super absorbent polymer layer
Now,
and onto the skin. It's still going to be absorbed into the body.
Now, I'm sure that was a lot to take in, so we're going to break it down.
As you can see, she would clip it onto her skirt right here, and these 4 tubes would connect to this tube. It varies based on your age and weight. So since Samantha is a teenage girl and isn't obese, she has 4 medium-sized vials. These vials would shoot through the tube and around the shirt automatically throughout the day. That's used by a controller. And it's kind of like setting an alarm clock on your phone. So it tells the insulin when to go on and off and when to dispense. Now, you see it on the outside right here, but actually it would be on this thin layer inside, which is a super absorbent polymer. It can absorb more than 2 times its weight. So the insulin would go through in this tiny holes. It would soak through the super absorbent polymer and onto your skin, so you can still get the insulin without using needles.
Now, as you can see from the vials and examples that we passed around and told you to pass down, you can see that they're all different sizes and they're different colors. They're to show that, you see, like Maya said, she's not obese, so she doesn't need a big thing of insulin. So she had a medium one. So we have large ones, mediums, and small ones.
We have a website that showcases 3 things: a problem, a solution to the problem, and access to the solution. Diabetics often feel the need to conform their lives around their affliction. Like people with certain type of diabetes have to stop what they're doing in the middle of the day to take their insulin injections. Our project, our invention is different from others because we incorporate something as simple as clothing into a lifestyle of a diabetic. The shirts can be custom made, or you can get a sample one like the one above shown. The pricing is $355, but we thought of a way to help those who cannot afford it. We will pass out the shirts at homeless shelters, and we have a GoFundMe account set up to help those who cannot afford it.
I'm in the pharmacy and health sciences track. This project relates to my track because health sciences is defined actually as an improvement of human health through scientific research. So we believe that our 6DT, is actually an improvement to a diabetic's life.
The medicine track relates to this project because we are the ones who would, like specialized doctors such as an endocrinologist, are the ones who would diagnose the disease. An endocrinologist is somebody who treats people with hormonal imbalances, such as diabetes.
I'm in the dentistry track, and my track helps diabetics' bodies fight any bacteria or fungi infection in your mouth and reveal dry mouth caused by diabetes.
Now, as a social worker, we help people cope and adjust to their illness, and we help with any financial needs and healthcare, like she said with the GoFundMe account.
As someone from the engineering track, my job is to think of and create new ways for people with diabetes, new devices for people with diabetes to have a more comfortable and suitable life.
That being said, and me also being in the engineering track, this diabetic t-shirt is a perfect example of that.
As you can tell, guys, this is truly an innovation for the diabetic community. This is great especially for kids and elderly people because not having to prick yourself is the best thing.
We'd like to thank you all for listening to us, and we are
6DT.
Hi, my name is Kayla Harris, and I'm in the nursing track. My name is Elizabeth Baumcourt, and I'm in the social work track.
My name is Anisha Magana, and I'm in the medicine track.
My name is Andres Hopkins, and I'm in the pharmacy track, and we're here today to present you with diabetes.
Diabetes is the seventh leading cause of death in the U.S. population, and it has affected over 25.8 million people. Every person in the body needs glucose, which is also known as sugar. But when glucose can get into the cells, then they won't get the energy needed. Most people with diabetes use this glucometer, but we find a better solution.
Similarly, when the body's blood sugar levels are too low, which is known as hypoglycemia, pancreas secretes glucagon to regulate the body's blood sugar levels. This is essential information for the wearer of the diet and allows the wearer to identify if his or her blood sugar levels are too high or too low. They can check this with their blood glucose test through the moisture sensor, and the person with diabetes can also learn to be more aware and safe with their bodies and with this medical knowledge. They can also know if they're in a dangerous situation or if their body's blood sugar levels are uncontrolled. They can lead a healthy lifestyle by eating properly, working out, and taking care of their body by using a diet. This product can also help the wearer to cope with their diabetes and allows them an easy way to track their bodily functions, all while leading a healthier and safer lifestyle.
My track for engineering helps with the diabetes because I test the blood glucose moisture sensor on the diabetes. The moisture sensor helps with people with diabetes know what the level of their glucose level is at by their sweat without being in pain from pricking their finger and still have control over the glucose level. The diet will also help make them less at risk of having hypoglycemia or hyperglycemia. The diet also has Velcro on it so they can carry it wherever they want to go, to the gym or to the grocery store. The diet fit has 3 levels on it to let the person know where the level is at. They have a red level to let them know where their glucose level is too high, a green level to let them know that it's just right, and a blue level to let them know that it's too low. And it also logs them up to their phone so the healthcare team knows what's wrong with their glucose levels at also. And this is the diet right here. Here's a red level, here's a blue level, and here's a green level to let them know. And the moisture sensor is all around to collect their sweat to know where the glucose level is at to log into their phone.
As a pharmacist, it makes it more easy to offer guidance to a patient with diabetes. Not only will a pharmacist be able to provide the diet fit, but they can refer other medications and supplies that can also be beneficial. By pharmacists being located in your local pharmacy, it makes it way more convenient and less time consuming for a patient. And there will be no need for the glucose strips. Expected outcomes. The expected outcomes for the diet fit are that it will effectively check glucose levels by using a moisture sensor. It will have a low cost, making it attainable for everyone. No transportation will be required to know glucose levels, and a person with diabetes would not need to travel to a doctor's office to understand their glucose levels. There is also less risk for hyperglycemia or hypoglycemia because the person with diabetes will always know their glucose levels and can manage their diabetes immediately.
So some more expected outcomes are that the wearer of the diet fit is comfortable with the product and it's also very convenient and they can wear it with any activity that they're doing. And it also may come in handy if they're in a school setting and if they're maybe a teenager or younger with diabetes, and they won't have to be uncomfortable from in front of their peers by going to the nurse's office and getting their blood sugar tested and insulin shots and etc. And it also helps them raise awareness of their own body and what they need to do in order to make it better and fix their problems. And it also encourages them to exercise so they can lead a healthier and safer lifestyle.
Almost 26 million people in the world, or in the U.S., have diabetes, and they need to check their blood glucose a bunch of times a day. The diet fit helps them be able to check their blood glucose with comfort and ease. Thank you.
Hi, we are the Wildcats. I am Kalia Wada. These are my teammates. Kiana Weems, Reagan Singleton, Alexis Thompson,
And Joshua Van Liggett.
and we have created a product that helps not only type 1 but type 2 diabetics be mindful of their diabetes. Diabetes is one of the top 10 causes of death in the United States. And from a social worker standpoint, we've seen a lot of individuals and families from economically challenged backgrounds that suffer from this disease and are able to attain all the resources available, which can cause stress to not only the diabetics, but the family around the diabetics. And here is Reagan with more information on type 1 diabetes.
So type 1, to start off, type 1 diabetes is not curable. So basically it's the condition in which your pancreas doesn't produce any insulin. So you can't cure it, but you can treat it to make yourself comfortable.
here's Kiana to tell us more about type 2 diabetes.
From the pharmacy and health science perspective, type 2 diabetes is when your pancreas cannot produce enough insulin to keep your blood sugar levels normal, which means your body is resistant to the insulin, which makes your blood sugar level rises. With diabetes, you can have different symptoms. Here's Reagan with the nursing perspective of those symptoms.
So from a nursing standpoint, what we hear about and see with the symptoms are weakness and fatigue, thirstiness, numbness, and in extreme cases, loss of limbs and loss of teeth. Alexis here is going to teach us more about the loss of teeth.
Okay, so from a dentistry perspective, diabetes can cause changes in oral health with symptoms of the patient's blood sugar levels. Having a gum disease raises your risk of diabetes. Diabetes can cause dehydration and dry mouth. Periodontitis is a gum disease that destroys the tissue and bones in your gums.
Thank you, Alexis. Now it's time for the actual introduction of our actual product, the Smart Patch. And to introduce the product is my teammate Joshua.
Alright, so this is the Smart Patch. It is a wearable and removable patch with a chip inside that contains the user's personal data about their diabetes. When the user first buys or obtains the Smart Patch, they're asked to input their data, like what type of diabetes they have or what type of medicine they use, so that when the Smart Patch gives notifications, it's able to give notifications that tailor to each user, since no two diabetics are the same. The Smart Patch is able to communicate to your phone via an app. However, if you don't have access to a smartphone, you're able to use the smart device that comes with the Smart Patch, so that you're still able to read your blood glucose levels anywhere on the go. Some advantages the Smart Patch has over, say, a test strip is that it's convenient and painless. It's convenient because if you're on the go and you're worried about your blood glucose levels, you don't have to go into the bathroom and prick your fingers. Instead, you can pull out your phone or the available device and check your glucose levels instantly. Some features that the Smart Patch has that are very useful from an engineering perspective include how it notifies you how you could raise or lower your blood glucose levels. For example, it could tell you that you need to eat something or exercise or take your medicine. It includes 10 adhesive patches, each lasting up to 5 days, and you can always buy more at the store, so it's very reusable. It alerts the nearest hospital if your blood glucose levels are abnormally high or low, so you can get help right away, and it's covered by insurance.
So it's good that it connects to your physician in this hospital. So let's say you're out, for example, and your blood sugar drops. You may feel the symptoms a little bit too late. So it's good that, some people may not know what to do with that situation. They also might not know that you're diabetic.
Thank you, Reagan and Joshua. Now here's Kiana with more of the expected outcomes of the Smart Patch.
Thank you, Kalia. From the pharmacy and health perspective, it is very important to know your levels at all times. It is very important to know your levels at all times because you could feel minor symptoms and think you're fine without knowing your levels, but you're wrong. For example, in my father's case, he's a type 2 diabetic that had the symptoms such as weakness, fatigue, and he was thirsty a lot. We expected these symptoms because he is a type 2 diabetic, but we were wrong. He ended up in the hospital for several days with his blood sugar through the roof, like high, very, very high. So if my father had a patch, he would have known his levels were high and got help immediately. If my father had a patch, he would have known when to take his medication and be fine through the whole day. If my father had a patch, he would have been safe. In addition, the Smart Patch lowers your risk of extreme outcomes such as loss of limbs and or eyesight. The Smart Patch can be prescribed through your health insurance and bought at any major retail pharmacy store at $35.99. This is very important because some diabetics don't have a doctor that can be prescribed a Smart Patch. So it makes it convenient to go to the store and buy it and know your levels at all times.
Thank you, Kiana. Now, from a social worker standpoint, the Smart Patch helps diabetes because
From a social standpoint, it's important that we communicate with our clients and know that they have diabetes or that they may develop diabetes. Because once you have diabetes, diabetes doesn't just affect the diabetic, but everyone around the diabetic. Because now you have to become adjusted to the diabetic lifestyle. And the Smart Patch helps this because now, no matter where the diabetic may be, everyone around who cares about the diabetic knows that they will always know their levels and how they feel, and the Smart Patch will, help them. And for an example, my aunt was out doing her daily errands, and she had a diabetic episode in the car, and she was weak and fatigued for about an hour. If she had the Smart Patch, she would have known to take whatever medicines or to eat, or to know that her levels were going to drop that low. She would have been prepared, but would have never been in that predicament. Now to Alexis for the dentistry side of the Smart Patch.
Okay, so again, from a dentistry perspective, it all starts with what you're eating and how much sugar you're eating. Regular dental visits are necessary, and good oral hygiene, such as brushing your teeth and flossing. And the Smart Patch will help you avoid gum diseases, such as periodontitis. Now back to Reagan with risk of the Smart Patch.
So some risks that may come with the Smart Patch is first, sensitivity to the skin. So that may come with just taking the Smart Patch on and off. And secondly, it's allergic reaction. That also may have to do with the things that are made with that adhesive with the Smart Patch. Thank you all for being here and listening to our presentation about the Smart Patch. And remember to be mindful of your diabetes. And what does the Smart Patch do again, team?
Save lives!
Presenting to you Freehand by Mother Mason, Olivia Christina Brown,
Amir Dale, Julius Bradshaw,
Michelle Laksh, Catherine Cruz.
Diabetes is a disease caused by the disability of the pancreas to produce enough insulin or the body's disability to use insulin as effectively, resulting in abnormal metabolism and high glucose levels in blood and urine. First diagnosed in 1889, 9.3% of Americans have this disease and 8.3% of the world is affected by diabetes.
Did you all know that gum diseases can also cause diabetes? So, scientists have researched that there is a germ which goes into your bloodstream and causes high blood glucose, which leads to type 2 diabetes. And there is a molecule in our saliva which is glucose, and it can also be tested by saliva testing. So why not saliva test for glucose manipulation? So there is the saliva test, it assesses hormone levels in the patient, and in medicine it is used to assess HIV, hepatitis C, and hormone imbalancing. In dentistry, it is used to detect tooth decay, gum diseases, etc. It's as simple as it sounds. It just needs a drop of saliva.
Why saliva testing? Well, since the traditional blood glucose monitoring only checks in the blood, we found out that there is glucose in our sweat, tears, urine, blood, and saliva. Since saliva testing is an easier, faster, and safer way, why not go with saliva testing?
The idea that saliva testing contains glucose existed since 1960. Researching on saliva testing for glucose is Brown University, Rhode Island, and Purdue University, Indiana. They're researching for more accurate numbers.
Introducing Freehand, the new waterproof solar saliva glucose monitor that tests blood sugars conveniently and painlessly, providing a built-in standard battery and also a solar-powered battery using saliva instead of painfully pricking your finger.
The diagram of Freehand shows the side view of the monitor as well as the front and inside, also the battery that is included within the monitor. The battery can be changed for the solar-powered one on the go or whenever the standard battery is dead.
My Freehand is a better way. It's convenient to diabetics who don't enjoy pricking their fingers. Who would enjoy pricking their fingers. It has an alternate battery which is solar powered. Standard battery is dead and has no way to charge.
Potential market of glucose meters. Like right now, there are 371 million people who are affected by diabetes. and there are 187 million people who don't know that they have diabetes. So the market rate of blood glucose monitoring system has increased 12.5% annually since 1994. In 1980, there were 106 million people who had diabetes, and now the rate increased to 558 million people.
This product will help 89 million people. There are 1.2 million people, which is 16%, that have no access to power. Our product is going towards third world countries, homeless population, and diabetics on the go.
In conclusion, our products will not cure diabetes. However, it may help diabetics cope with painfully checking their glucose levels every day. Using saliva instead of blood, this product will save time and suffering. Freehand solar power relieves the inconvenience of having a dead battery with nowhere to charge it. Nursing. As a nurse, I tend to provide physical and psychological comfort for diabetics in their time of need. Our product, Freehand, will allow nurses to teach diabetics how to check their glucose levels without any discomfort.
Dentistry. The role of dentistry is to design saliva strips which has no harmful chemicals, which does not cause any harm to the oral area.
Engineering. We are producing a more efficient glucose monitor that provides simple access to diabetics.
Medicine. Freehand is the key to the correct medical treatment to diabetes.
Social work. Our solar power product will be an easy access for people around the world who don't have any ability to access any power.
I am 16 years old. In 2014, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. Over the years, I have encountered some ups and downs dealing with my unfortunate disease. Recently, I have been through a stage in my life where I stopped taking my insulin and my blood sugar levels because of how tiring, overwhelming, painful it was. Freehand would allow diabetics to get the information they need in a better way than pricking their finger pain. Thank you.
Oh, that food was delicious.
Yeah, that happy is good.
Man, when I tell you Happy's is my favorite place to eat.
So what's your favorite topping?
I just love pineapples, but sometimes they're just so sweet. I don't know, but I think we should be getting to class right about now.
Yeah. So I wanted to know, how do you fight through your diabetes every day?
Daily, sometimes it can be challenging because there's a lot to remember, a lot to forget, I should say. There's a lot to do, a lot to keep track of, you know?
Yeah. So tell me, who helps you with your diabetes?
Since I have type 1 diabetes, my mother has been there for me from the beginning. And that is my support system. But sometimes it gets really hard on her because of the finances and because she worries about me all the time. You know, I think I forgot
Do you want me to call
to
somebody?
take my insulin.
Should I call somebody?
I just need my insulin.
As you can see, she's searching for her insulin. In some cases, you may be with someone who doesn't know what to do. Ask him.
I don't know, I don't see it. I don't think I have my insulin.
If there was a new, simple technology to manage diabetes more effectively, this situation would have been avoided.
Hi, my name is Andrew, and with me today I have Khalif, Makaya, Renee, and Jada, and we are Group 16. I'm going to start off by telling the story. So, there was a boy, and he watched his mother and his sisters all come together for one main purpose, and that was to help their mother with her diabetic needs. They all had to make sure that she had enough insulin, that she was taking enough insulin, that she was on the right diet, she was exercising, and that she had somehow to get to and from the doctor's office regarding her diabetic needs. And the boy watched us this all this whole ordeal took a grasp on the family. The crazy thing about the young boy was music. That's why I feel so passionate about this product. This product will include a microcontroller program with Arduino software. This product has the potential to change the way people view diabetes as a whole.
Diabetes is a very serious situation. Did you know that diabetes is the 7th leading cause of death in the United States? In 2015, over 79,000 deaths caused by diabetes. An estimate of 29 million people have diabetes today. Some people go through problems every day such as blurry vision, kidney failure and heart failure, and dry tongue and gum disease. That's why my track is dental and gum disease. Gum disease is an infection of the gums and bone. Diabetes reduces the body's immune to fight an infection. Type 1 diabetes is when the pancreas can't create insulin. Type 2 diabetes is when the pancreas does make insulin, but doesn't work like it should.
Since so many people are affected by diabetes daily, on a micro scale, on a macro scale, we created a developing product for you. It is called the ring effect. What is the ring effect, you may ask? It is a ring. Simple. Slip it on in hopes to forget about your diabetes. This ring is designed with internally lined microscopic needles. There's so many of them and they're so small you will not even be able to feel them. This product will constantly and consistently measure your blood glucose levels and display them across the top. This display will tell you what exactly your levels are. This ring will also vibrate whenever your blood sugar is getting too high or too low. This way, you will always know what is going on with your diabetes. For instance, when your blood sugar gets low, your ring vibrates. You remember, you need to eat something. You need to get more glucose in your system. And when your blood sugar is high, the ring will vibrate. Yet you don't have to worry because this ring will automatically inject your insulin directly into your bloodstream. Well, where does the insulin come from, you may ask? The insulin is inserted in daily capsules. You will replace them each morning as prescribed by your doctor. This will make life simple for you in hopes to forget about it. No matter where you go, you will never have to worry about your insulin again.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today I will be talking about my role in pharmacy and health science. Now I know what you're thinking. In pharmacy and health science, we only deal with medication description. Well, medication description, we do not only talk about pharmacy. We also talk about counseling our patients, answering questions regarding on getting further information from your doctor, and monitoring glucose. We all know that diabetes is a lot to manage. Diabetics are constantly looking for easier ways to track blood glucose, for easier ways to track your blood. With our product, the Ring Effect, you can easily read and track your blood sugar. It's easy to manage, it's comfortable, recommend healthy food to eat, and less to carry. It comes in many different colors and styles, such as Disney princesses and Star Wars for kids and adults. It's modern and affordable. It's suitable for all ages, waterproof, and can be worn throughout the day. Our saying, price is what you pay, value is what you get. At just $529, the Ring Effect has a 4-year warranty compared to the Diabetic Century watch. It has a 2-year warranty and it's $495. Kids will love the colors and styles, and adults will love the price.
The results of this ring is to make life for diabetics more comfortable, convenient, and less painful. For so long, diabetics have been pricking themselves in order to check their glucose levels. And so some cases that may be painful to people. As said recently, that ring is totally painless. Now, the most important thing in a diabetic's life is a support system. That's one of the roles that a nurse plays. We make sure that they have the right support system, meaning a healthy diet plan, make sure they're exercising. Now, as diabetics continue to live their life, wouldn't you want them to be happy as you are? So, the supporting or even purchasing this product will make a change. Wouldn't you do it?
Now, you've heard a lot about this ring so far. You may be thinking, it is too good to be true, but there is more. The ring is paired with an application that will not only store all your previous data, it will also recommend exercise plans, it will recommend healthy meal plans, and it will even include doctor's notes. It will show you your behavior and help you to look at what you've done and modify your life to plan for the future and to make diabetes easier to manage. From a social work perspective, we understand that diabetes not only affects the diabetic, but the people around them. We made this ring to not only take some of the stress, some of the worry, and some of the pain away, but to keep people living happy. Would you buy it to change a life? To change your life? One life at a time. Thank you.
9.4% of the population have diabetes. 8.1 million people are undiagnosed.
According to MayoClinic.org and Diabetes.org, diabetes can have multiple symptoms, including but are not limited to extreme fatigue, increase in hunger and thirst, frequent urination, circulatory issues with the hands and the feet, and even death.
And that's why we created the D1 kit, or the Diabetes 1, because it's one of a kind. The D1 kit contains 3 devices that do exactly the same thing, but range from every age range, from children all the way to adults. First in the kit is the lollipop.
The lollipop is exactly what it sounds like, however, it's not completely edible. The outside has a casing that would be dipped in the flavoring that the kids would enjoy. And on the inside, there are 3 capillaries that collect the spit to test the glucose in their saliva. So this will be better for kids because they don't like getting pricked, so they don't need to go through the pain or have to take blood. The next one is the retainer.
And since we're known as the next generation and the millennium, of course we're going to have technology. Mine is the retainer, the mouthpiece. The mouthpiece sucks up saliva and it notifies if you have glucose that is high or low. The retainer is used by the MATLAB. The MATLAB is a processor. The processor is the language using the device of the chip, mean value standard deviation. The formula I use is SB equals SD divided by the square root n. I might sound like a nerd, but that's okay. The chip is the information that's transmitted by the MATLAB. The MATLAB is formulated by PWM. PWM is a transmitter using C++. The next one is a toothbrush.
Okay, now saliva's purpose is supposed to lubricate the mouth and protect the teeth, but in diabetics this is almost entirely false. Now, due to the inability to buffer out glucose in the saliva, diabetics are at high risk of caries and cavities. Now, with our toothbrush, it'll collect your saliva as you're brushing your teeth to the bottom and emit a glucose oxidase enzyme, indicating whether or not high levels of bacteria are found in the patient's mouth.
So, my track was nursing, and nursings have a big role in the diabetic's life. For nurses, they have to take care of the patient, and they connect a strong relationship with the person. For example, if a person is feeling sad or emotional, they'll go straight to the nurse because they already have a really strong relationship.
My track is social work. Did you know that in 2015, 30.3 million 30.3 million Americans, or 9.4% of the population, have diabetes. Approximately 1.25 million Americans, or children and adults, have type 1 diabetes. 23.1 million were diagnosed, and 7.2 million were undiagnosed.
My track was pharmacy and health. Basically, how my track affects not only the kid but also to diabetes. How my track affects the kid. When your doctor prescribes a kid, because as you know, our kid needs to be prescribed by a doctor. You can go to the pharmacist and she can answer any questions that you may have about the kid. For example, when you can use the kit, how this will affect your daily life, if you have any medication that you need to take, how it will affect it, and if you need a giving dose of anything inside the kit, and how you can get it.
As an engineer, I don't interact with any of the people, but I have to make sure that your product is working, right? So I use MATLAB. MATLAB is a computer processor, like I said. The equation I used was quite difficult. SE divided equals SE divided by the square root of n. Engineering, you have to do the computing. The computing took about 2 days. And that's it.
Okay, so my track was dentistry, but I mean, everybody brushes their teeth, right? Or at least I hope so. And so this is something you can use every single day, and no one would know you have diabetes. This is something you'll be like everybody else. No one would know. You're testing your blood sugar, you're doing everything every single day, but in the comfort of your own home, and no one has to know about it or be worried about it.
Did you know that every 10 seconds someone is diagnosed with diabetes, and every 10 seconds someone dies from it? And that's what we're trying to stop.
Okay, my track was medicine, and so as a doctor, we always want to prolong our patient's lifespan. So with our kit, it's way faster than using blood to find the glucose. So it really prolongs our patient's life, which is really our goal. And with that extra time, we can use it to treat more patients. So that's.
Well, like I said, every 10 seconds someone is diagnosed with diabetes, and every 10 seconds someone dies from it. And that's what the D1 kit is trying to stop. That's it.
Thank you, guys.
Hello, my name is Rabanis Kohler. I go to South Lake High School, and I'm part of the nursing track.
Hello, my name is Diane Player. I attend Lincoln High in Michigan, and my track is nursing.
Hello, my name is Moses Reed. I attend Pioneer Training for Excellence, and the track I'm in is medicine.
Hi, I'm Jasmine Baptist. I go to West Wayne North High School, and I'm in the pharmacy and health sciences track.
Hi, my name is Taylor Minchin. I go to Southfield A&T, and I'm in engineering course.
See this? Making sure. So, the way our product works is that it's first of all, it's a small device. It's smaller than the current product on the market. But it uses a chemical known as hemoglobin A1C. Hemoglobin A1C is put into the blood depending on how much sample size you have. And it helps detect diabetes by using a very special way to analyze this sample once it's mixed.
It's a small handheld device compared to our competitors that will take a small sample of blood and mix it with the hemoglobin A1C and perform an A1C test. And the device will scan the results and tell you if you have diabetes or not. It reads a 3-month span of your glucose levels and would recommend you to go see a medical professional to start you on the treatment plan.
And the person who would administer this test would be a medical professional with you, or if it is prescribed to you by a medical professional, and maybe at a CVS or somebody like that. Thank you.
People with diabetes are at risk for long-term effects in the eyes, kidneys, heart, brain, feet, and nerves.
The best way to limit some of the problems is to control your blood sugar and to take care of yourself. Well, and mind track is also keep a healthy mouth and to be on the daily exercise. The reason I would recommend the diabetic test is because as a dentist, I can identify some of the symptoms for diabetes or some of the signs that will show the patient becoming diabetic, most likely before the patient's doctor or the nurse will push sugar. Some of the signs I wish to show is that the patient is overweight. When they normally come in for a checkup, they have a fruity first smell, as if they just got done eating a pack of Starburst. Or the patient will always have sores that don't heal properly as they should. And when I see those signs, I will ask the patient, can I use the diabetic test for them, and go further into diagnosis to see if they have diabetes or not.
Okay. Did you know that 18 million people in the U.S. have diabetes? But only 1/3 of people with diabetes, nearly 6 million people don't know they have it, and 33% is undiagnosed. Our product will show if the person has diabetes at the moment when tested. After the test is done, and if it comes back positive, the person that took the test will contact the doctor, and the doctor will find a treatment or a plan to suit the person. Before the intervention was in effect, people would know if they had diabetes so they went to the doctor or dentist. Our product is better because it will show results right there and then. In my eyes, I feel that the machine will help detect diabetes faster so that the doctor can find a treatment.
From a nursing perspective, this test would be very helpful because many times patients truly don't want to accept the results. They've been told that you have so many risk factors and stuff, it's possible you might have diabetes. And for a nurse, depending on where I am, if I'm in a dentist office or I'm with an orthodontist, I could possibly help them get through that trouble if I diagnose it there and have them take the test there in the room with me, show them the results, show them the machine, and then we can get to the step where we actually get to treatment, because the treatments do work. So this test would be very beneficial to the nursing field.
So from the pharmaceutical field, I approve the diabetic test because it gives patients more options. Did you know a pharmacist fills 30,000 prescriptions a year, 30 billion in the whole U.S.? So a pharmacist can be as helpful as a doctor, but better because they're more useful. Your local pharmacists are here for counseling, getting your flu shot, checking your blood pressure, providing cholesterol screenings, giving you a blood glucose screenings, and many more things. So imagine coming into your local pharmacy to test if you have diabetes, checking your A1C level for the past 3 months all for free. This product is good because you can catch diabetes early in the stages if you're having symptoms. You can just walk into your local pharmacy, ask about the diabetic test, and we'll be happy to help you out. It's quick, easy, and safe. What could be better?
We feel that we are better than our competitors because of our size and our price. Our device is less expensive than our competitors. Our competitors have been charging their device around $2,000 to $7,000 and can usually only be found in hospitals. We would like to be able to use our devices in more medical fields such as a pharmacy, a dentist, hospital, clinics, maybe even at home, if we can sell that stuff.
To summarize, the product would be very beneficial to all the fields that we have up here, from what we have learned, and should be invested. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Angel, and this is Team 4. Now, you may have noticed how we passed out some candy for you guys to eat. Wouldn't it be interesting to see how that candy has spiked up your blood glucose level? You would need a glucose monitor, which is expensive, and sometimes pricking your finger can be hurtful. If you're diabetic, it's easy to forget to take your insulin, and missing a dose can cost you your life. Well, Team 4 has found a solution to all these problems with the accessible insulin dispenser, or AID machine. It's kind of like your own ATM machine, and all you need is your eyeball or hand, and your AID card will provide you with your personalized insulin syringe in no time. Anyone can use the AID machine to check your glucose level in public facilities and detect early onset diabetes and raise awareness in your own community. So what is diabetes? Diabetes is a disease in which your blood levels are too high. Insulin is a hormone that helps the glucose get into your cells to give them energy. Type 1 diabetes is when the pancreas stops producing insulin and is inherited. Type 2 diabetes is when the pancreas doesn't make or use insulin well and is developed over time depending on your lifestyle. By a social worker's point of view, 1.5 million Americans are diagnosed with diabetes every year. Diabetes is also the 7th leading cause of death in the U.S., and 193,000 Americans under 20 are estimated to have diabetes.
We decided to make our AID dispenser look like a dispenser. We have a biometric high-frequency scanner, which scans your hand and your eye to check your glucose level and your identity. We have a touch screen in which you will see your results after you check your glucose level. There's a card slot where you will place your AID card, and that's to check your identity to get your insulin, which has to be prescribed by a doctor. There's a dispenser underneath in which your insulin will be will come out from if you need it. And there's a disposal box for empty syringe where you will throw your unreusable syringes.
Okay, so from a pharmaceutical point of view, the AID machine will have a refrigerated compartment in which the insulin will be stored at 36 degrees Fahrenheit to 46 degrees Fahrenheit, which is the usual temperature at which insulin is stored. The syringe that will be dispensed will be pre-filled with just the right amount of insulin for you based on your blood glucose measure that you measured with the AID machine. In order to get an AID card, you have to be a diabetic and only your doctor can prescribe it to you. It's very similar security to a credit card. So in the event that your cards were lost or stolen from you, you'll get a notification on your phone and you can track and stop any unusual activity on your AID card. A memory chip will be connected to a biometric system which will keep track of all your medical history, past insulin doses, and past blood measurements. Insurance will cover the cost of insulin as we will be teaming up with Medicare and Medicaid. However, if your insurance does not cover the cost of insulin, you can load money onto your AID card. In terms of security, the AID card will not be returned to you from the machine until you've properly disposed of the empty insulin syringe in the needle box. That way, empty syringes won't get into the wrong hands.
How does dentistry tie into diabetes, you might ask? Well, diabetes can cause lung disease, which will lead to gingivitis if untreated. Diabetes may result in the destruction of tissue, which may cause the gums to wear down and teeth to look excessively long. Diabetes may also cause you to have less saliva, which you may have a feeling of dry mouth. And since the saliva protects the teeth, you are more at risk for cavities. Dentists are usually the first ones to diagnose a patient with diabetes because of the bacterial buildup and fungal mouth infection. They take that as a sign of diabetes. 2 million adults less than 65 years of age have no health insurance. Uninsured adults with diabetes are less likely to have annual eye exams, less likely to perform daily blood glucose monitoring than those with private health insurance. And missing a dose can cost you your life. But with the AID machine, it allows anyone to check their blood glucose levels, so non-diabetics can detect early onset diabetes on their own.
Now I will explain how the AID machine is used while actually demonstrates. First, you check your glucose level by scanning your eye with the eye scanner. Next, if you find that you need insulin, verify your identity with your AID card. Then press next for a syringe with your insulin in it. Inject the insulin and dispose of the insulin. The dispenser provides a disposable syringe to insert the insulin into your body. It already has the perfect amount of insulin that you need, depending on your glucose level.
The insulin can be inserted into your abdomen, your upper arm, buttocks, head, and front and side of that. For type 1 diabetics, glucose can't get into the cells and it will cause them to stop working, which will cause low blood sugar. For type 2 diabetics, the glucose level will rise, causing high blood sugar. Easy access to insulin will destroy this problem.
There are many problems with current designs that our AID machine won't solve. One problem is that non-diagnosed people are unaware if they have diabetes, but with our machine, anyone can come up at any time and scan and find out what their glucose level is. Another problem is that people forget to take their insulin or forget it at home. Well, with our machine, all you need is a prescribed card and you can get your dose of insulin at any time. There's another problem is that finger pricking is too painful for some people. But with our machine, because of the high frequency eye scanner, you can come up, the frequency is too high for your tissues to stop it, so it will go right through and check your blood. Another problem is that low-income people do not have enough money or their insurance doesn't cover for insulin. But with ours, we're trying to team up with Medicaid and Medicare and lower the price of insulin.
Our AID bots, our AID bots will be located at different medical locations, including outside pharmacies, doctor's offices, and dental offices. They will want to partner with us because we're trying to spread awareness about diabetes. They'll also be found in public facilities in popular areas where diabetes is highly prevalent, and also public restrooms. Our coverage will partner with HP to cover the security costs, and also to organize, protect, retrieve, acquire, and manage information. For our vision, it creates technology that makes it better for everyone. And our main goal is to reinvent how you work, play, and how you live. And our health insurance will cover the cost of insulin.
So thank you for investing your time into our presentation and idea, and at this time, take any questions if you have any.
Okay, so you guys are better brush with beta brush.
Hello, I'm Carlin Young. I go to Watersburg Kettering High School. My track is social work, and I'm 17 years old.
Hello, my name is Briasia Young. I'm from East Detroit High School. I'm 17 years old, and my track is medicine.
I'm Merrill. I go to Salsa A&T. I'm 17 years old. My track is pharmacy.
Hi, I'm Delisha DeVries. I go to Belleville High School. My track is nursing, and I'm 15 years old.
86 million people in the United States have prediabetes. We believe that prevention is the best method of control.
That's 23% of the population. But what's worse is 9 out of 10 of us aren't even aware of it.
And 1/4 of those are youth, who are targeting the ages 5 through 17.
Instead of carrying around a glucose meter, they'll carry something much sweeter, the Beta Brush.
The Beta Brush is a toothbrush that is fun and allows parents to track their child's blood sugar levels to prevent the dangers of prediabetes.
We need to plug this more than ever now because kids are prone. When I say prone, I mean prone.
Okay.
To diabetes due to poor lifestyle.
Because of choices such as poor diet, lack of exercise, and being in the age of technology, children are twice as likely to develop diabetes.
This is the age of technology. You should add to it by creating a new high-tech device.
Not only is the device high-tech, but it's also cool and interactive. Plus, it'll allow you to track your child's health.
The Beta Brush collects saliva in order to test your glucose levels. So instead of your child coming to see me, a nurse, they can do it a simple and fun way.
How cool is that? Fun and healthy. Our check is pharmacy. Pharmacy, we find safe, effective ways to help our patients. This is why we came up with the Beta Paste. Beta Paste is a sugar-free paste that includes chromium, magnesium, vitamin B complex. Our toothbrush is sugar-free because sugar-free toothpaste helps control your blood sugar levels. Chromium helps with letting insulin flow through your body effectively. The magnesium helps with diabetics because they suffer from nerve damage, which is called neuropathy.
My track is medicine, and as a physician, my primary focus is diagnosing, treatment, providing treatment, and if caught early enough, preventing children from developing diabetes. Unfortunately, we do not have an engineer, but if we did have an engineer, the Beta Brush would be able to have, the Beta Brush would have cool features such as taking your glucose levels and sending it to the physician, to your family physician, as well as connected to apps such as MyFitnessPal.
Oh, really?
Yes, girl. MyFitnessPal.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all use that, but it's a popular app. MyFitnessPal, Apple Health, and Samsung Health, as well as connected to devices as Fitbit. A lot of people use that. I'm pretty sure one of y'all have it. Fitbit and Apple Watches.
My track is nursing, and my job will be to counsel the families both physically and emotionally. I will make them aware of the fact that they're leading towards being pre-diabetic. I can show empathy towards the patient and tell them exactly what diabetes is. I can also make them aware of the healthiest eating habits, tell you how to properly exercise. And I can show you just how much I care about what you and your family may be going through. As a nurse, I will be the closest link between the patients and the doctor. I will be the first person seen, and I will be assisting you on how to use the Beta Brush and what it does.
My track is social work. My job is to advocate for you as my patient. If you were to enter the type 2 diabetic stages, I would arrange for transportation to be picking you up if you could not afford it. I would also communicate with your insurance agencies to ensure the best possible rates for you. I would also support you and your family through the emotional roller coasters of having to change your entire life choices. By doing these things, I help to make your transition as smooth and affordable as possible. Support could be going between insurance and businesses across the country for affordable rates, or as great as group and family counseling, or maybe even one-on-one sessions if that's something that you would prefer. My job is to basically be there for you with whatever you need, whenever you need it. My team and I would help to raise awareness by arranging runs and walks for diabetes specifically. That not only gets the word out, but raises money for your cause. Unfortunately, we do not have a dentist.
But we talk about periodontal disease. We can find periodontal disease by missing teeth,
the number of periodontal pockets in the mouth,
swollen and bleeding gums,
and bad breath.
To conclude this, we all had to come together to create this unique and affordable product just to prevent a widespreading disease across our country today.
We hope to help millions of people recognize the signs and as well track their health with comfort and ease.
Our brush is affordable, portable, and easy to use.
The brush head is detachable, portable, and when you pack it away, you can go on with your normal day. Just be sure to test when needed.
Here with the Beta Brush, we have Beta Paste, which will assist you in cleaning your mouth out to give you an accurate reading and include positive message LED lights to assist you in determining when to see your family physician.
Our goal is to help prevent the spread of type 2 diabetes by identifying the signs of type 2 diabetes and prediabetes early. As well, we hope you and your child both enjoy our product and live a healthy and happy life. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys how to use the Beta Brush. First, you insert the Beta strips into the cartridge. You rinse the brush as you would rinse like your regular toothbrush, and then you put the Beta paste on. After that, you will brush your teeth for 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, the Beta brush will then begin to vibrate. You press the power button once to stop the Beta brush from vibrating. Then you will clean your toothbrush and rinse out your mouth and put the toothbrush back in your mouth afterwards. Close your mouth and wait till the Beta brush beeps 3 times, and then to initiate that your glucose levels was red. Then after that, you can see your glucose level results after that, and it will be revealed on the message screen. Now on the message screen, as we told you guys, it has positive messages, tell you what you
like, good job, buddy.
Yes. And then it has the LED lights. The LED light is what shows you. So green, like for example, green means you're good. Your glucose levels is, just good. Yellow means you falling into the pre-diabetic range. Time to, get it together. And red means diabetic, like it's bad. And purple means it's too low. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
As you all know, the better with the
I am Rochelle Mahalik. I am from the dentistry track, and I will be playing Dentist Mahalik.
I'm Asia Lindsay. I'm from the medicine track, and I'll be playing Dr. Lindsay.
I am Ritika Guha. I'm from the pharmacy and health sciences track, and I will be playing Pharmacist Guha.
And I am Anaya Palmer. I am from the social work track, and I will be playing Nicole Brown. And we're coming to you with the
Pro Diet Plate.
Yes, okay. So, hi, I am Nicole Brown. I am a 16-year-old female. Life has been getting stressful as of late. I'm a stress eater. So I've been eating and eating and eating. I am now clinically obese, and I have type 2 diabetes. I've had type 2 diabetes since December 2016. I've been experiencing a lot of discomfort in my mouth, and I try and get out and exercise 10 to 15 minutes a day. I will now be going to the dentist.
Hi, Nicole. How are you?
Hi, good.
Good. I've been hearing you've been having a little bit of discomfort in your mouth, little oral.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you describe to me what you've been feeling?
Well, yeah, I'm thirsty a lot, but when my tongue just goes over my teeth, my teeth feel really rough.
Probably some plaque and tartar buildup, okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and give you an oral exam to see if you're fit for your procedure today, okay?
Okay.
All right, so I do see a little bit of the tartar buildup that you've been talking about that you're feeling on your tongue, and I do see the white coating in your mouth. And you have been drinking more water than you normally have in the past?
Yeah, but it's not working because I'm still thirsty all the time.
Right. Okay, and I also did see a little bit of decay going on, so some cavities. That is very common in a diabetic patient. I do not feel comfortable working on you today, so I'm going to refer you to Dr. Lindsay before I do anything further, okay?
Okay.
So my role as a dentist is to inform the patient of their dietary needs and their oral health. There is a direct link between those two because what you eat is what's going to go throughout your whole body, and in your mouth it has the highest sugar content. So the diabetic patient needs to watch their starches and their sugars of what they eat because that just decays the mouth. And the dry mouth that she was talking about is a direct link of a diabetic patient as well. So I'm going to refer her to Dr. Lindsay.
Hello, Nicole. How are you today?
Hi.
I heard that you are having some dry mouth. Is there anything else going on with you today?
Yeah, the medicine I've been taking has not been working, and I'm having a lot of trouble controlling my portions.
Okay, we're just going to check your vitals. Okay, seems like your blood pressure is very high, it's 140/80. Your heart rate is 90. Your body temperature is normal, 98.7, but your glucose level is 160 milliliters/deciliters. So as you can see, the patient is complaining about her diabetic pills not working, which can also mean that she is most likely having trouble controlling her food proportions. My role as a doctor is to diagnose the patient and to help her find some way to control her glucose levels. Nicole, have you heard of a Pro Diet Plate?
No, what is that?
Well, Pro Diet Plate is a new invention caused to help patients control their food proportions. For your customized plate, you should be consuming 25% protein, 25% grains, and 50% of non-starchy vegetables. I'm going to refer you to Pharmacist Guha for further information on the diet plate.
Hello, Nicole Brown. I'm Pharmacist Guha. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
So Dr. Lindsay and Dr. Mahalik and I, we have all gathered your information because you are not getting the right portions for your diabetes needs. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So what were the effects of your last medication?
My medication wasn't working at all.
Okay, and you were taking it as so?
Yeah.
All right. So the Pro Diet Plate is a customized diabetic patient, and it has a weight sensors in the middle. So it's a plate, and because of your 25% protein, 25% grain, and 50% fruits and vegetables, the plate will turn green when you're ready to go and ready to eat. And then it will also turn yellow when it's kind of like a warning, like, hey, you shouldn't be consuming that much. Lay it down, and it will also make a sound. And then it will be red. It's kind of like an alert sound, and that's saying you're having too much, take it down, or don't have that plate of food at all. So my role as a pharmacist is to provide patient education. As you can see, Dr. Lindsay had exposed some kind of what the pro-diet plate is, but she didn't really go on and emphasize it. And I'm answering any questions. Your local pharmacies are available 24 hours a day. So if you call 2 in the morning about a pro-diet plate, a pharmacist will be happy to help you answer any questions or concerns and situations. Plus, we provide glucose and cholesterol screening to kind of correlate with the pro-diet plate and to see if all the portions are working as well. And it is a custom for the patient. So if the patient has any individual needs, pharmacists can also refer the patient to the described doctor. And as for the engineering part, there will be a kids plate and an adult plate. The kids will have a 9.75 inch diameter in circumference, and the adults will also have a 9.25 inch in circumference of diameter. And so the plate will be made out of silicone, so it is dishwasher safe, portable, so you can take out a restaurant. And within the mechanics of the plate will have the light sensors as we have just trialed. So like I said, red is too much, yellow is you want to calm it down, it's a warning, and then you have green, which is perfect, you're ready to eat. And the benefits of that is you also lose weight, so you're managing your proportions, because number one concern for all diabetics is that they don't know how much food they're putting on their plate. So you can have all these intellectuals, you can have all these great inventions, but the number one priority is to have the right proportion for that specific grain, protein, or whatever you need.
Okay, and the social work point of view. So the scenario we just put on in front of you is very possible. Okay, I know people ain't thinking, well, you're young, what do you know? 1 in 4 kids born in the year 2000 will develop diabetes, all right? So there's 4 of us up here, statistically speaking, 1 of us will develop diabetes. There's about, 92 kids in this class. 23 of these people that come to this camp will develop diabetes. So I can provide emotional support to them. I have diabetes, my life is different than everybody else. I know kids, we go through that phase where we feel like, oh, I'm like this, I'm different. Well, let's put them, different people need to be around people like them. Like minds think alike, right? So I can also bridge the gap between healthcare and the diabetic patients, because I know what's affordable to you may not be affordable to me, and what's affordable to me may not be affordable to the next person. And since I am from Detroit, I know the rate of people with diabetes in Detroit is very high. So what's affordable to me definitely might not be affordable to the kid that lives down the block. So I want this to be, we want this to be covered by insurance to make it more affordable for the low-income families. Also, it's better for the insurance companies because they have to keep, it's better to get this plate than to keep getting pills. What would you prefer? $100 bottle of pills, or $80 plate you can keep with you. You can take it different places. It's better for your pocket.
And the marketing will also be provided within the funds as well.
So judges, if you want to take a look at those business cards that we did hand out, there are some links to a Weebly page and to an Instagram page. This is our Weebly page that we all make together, just talking more about the pro-diet plate in general, and just touching on the few main points. We put a few reviews on there,
I know Nicole Brown look a little different than what I look, but hey.
Yeah, we're great, so. And we also have a live PowerPoint. It just goes by side, just use the arrows there. And we also have the 24-hour-a-day, questions, comments, concerns portion of this website as well. And then a picture of us all at the bottom.
Just scroll up. I don't like that picture.
Yeah, we were not a fan of the picture, but that's okay.
So telling our roles and where we hope to go to school one day.
And our main objectives would include affordable, because instead of taking insulin shots, pills, or pumps, you can have something that's $80 and will live a long life. And plus, it's understandable, so everyone knows what treatments are. So what red, green, yellow means, it's kind of universal. And then you have, it's manageable. So like I said, it's portable, you can take it anywhere, it's